Good afternoon, everybody. If you could please use the raise hand option if you can hear me. Great, just use the raise hand option so I know that you're able to hear me. Great, thank you. We'll get started. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this webinar, the latest in a series of webinars that the LEAP Client Success team are running. These webinars aim to improve the way small law firms implement the features of LEAP in the cloud. My name is Chantal McNaught and I'm a Client Success Manager for LEAP Clients in Queensland. Today's webinar is one of our quarterly webinars focusing on LEAP's latest features and innovations. This latest release was made available to you at the end of April, so some of you may already be benefiting from this new features. As with all of our educational webinars, this is conducted in listen-only mode, and the webinar will run for approximately 20 minutes, so a short and sweet one today. Feel free to type in any questions you may have in the GoToWebinar question feature throughout the duration of today's webinar, and I will try and get to your question as well. Although I might not be able to respond to each of your questions in today's webinar, we will collate all the questions into an FAQ document, which will then be sent out to you along with a recording of this webinar. In today's webinar, we will be looking at viewing notifications for searches, tasks, and comments, how to set a notification on a new comment, how to use the latest advanced search options, and finally, we will look at how to navigate and produce the new Fee Earner Overview report, now with more options and an in-depth breakdown of individual performance. It's important to note that the full details of this release and all releases are also available through the LEAP community. These detailed release notes are accessible via the What's New tile in the LEAP community homepage. So let's take a look at some of these new features in this release. We'll go to LEAP. There we go. So one of the first things that you notice with the new release in LEAP is that the notifications have changed. In this particular setup, I've got the notifications bar set to the left here. And as you can see, from what you might be used to is when you'd have an unopened search, there would be an icon that's shown as a document with a little orange asterisk. As well as having those sorts of notifications, you might be used to also seeing the tasks notification. When there is a task due on the matter, you'll be able to see, oh yes, there are tasks due, by seeing a little icon that denotes a task. Now, notifications have been rolled into one single bell icon with a little number badge, and this is to help identify when there are multiple notifications available in the matter. Taking a look at viewing a notification for a search, this matter has 7 unopened searches. You're able to simply click on the 7 unopened searches and it will open the matter. Here you'll be able to see that there are quite a few really old unopened searches on this matter, and again you're able to see that these new searches have an icon with a document and a little asterisk. You are able to open the search to view it, and that will remove the status of it being new. Alternatively, if you've known you've already seen it or it doesn't need to be open for whatever reason, you are able to right click and mark as opened. And as you'll notice there, the icon has now changed. It's now got a little house on top of the document to show that it has been opened. This isn't my matter, so for the client, for the my colleagues, I'll just mark it as unopened again. It is good to note that when you do make a search as open, whether it is that you actually open it or you have marked as opened, that it will amend the notification badge on your matters list as well. Similarly, viewing tasks are the same. So you can click on the task due and it will open the matter where you can then go into calendar and tasks and view the tasks that are outstanding on that matter. Finally, there is a new notification, and that is being able to view new comments. So the new comments feature is something that was available in previous versions of Leap, but now there is a notification that can be set on those comments. And viewing a notification is as simple as hovering over the notification bell and viewing to see one unread comment here on this matter, for instance. There is also a notifications window. So in real time, you'll get a notification window that will pop up when your colleague has set a new comment to notify you. So for instance, if we go into this matter here, that there are new unread comments, I've clicked on the notification and you can see here that there is a new comment there with a little asterisk to denote that it is unread. So we'll double click on that one. And that opens the new comment window. As we can see, we're able to see the new comment contents, but one of the great things that you are able to see as well is who has been set to notify that in that comment. And we can see that I have been set to be notified. The great thing about this feature as well is that you are able to utilize the new comments as your file note, and particularly, for example, this task that my colleague has let me know is that to call the client and go through a particular clause of a contract with them. So we can respond and say, call the client and now they understand the clause. And then if we're working together on this particular matter to ensure that everything proceeds as planned, we are then able to go down and find the author of the original comment. So in this case, it was Amelia Scott. And then by saving and closing after setting that notification, Amelia Scott will then be alerted and get a notification alerting them that there is a new comment, and that is the addition to this original comment that she has composed for us. So that is also viewing a notification of a new comment, as well as how to set a notification on a new comment. If you didn't want to have a notification, you simply wanted to pop in that has been completed, but you're not notifying, then you're also able to select none. Now, I have been advised by a couple of users that there are sound issues, so I'm going to ask again if there can be a raise of hands that you are able to hear me. Okay, so I've got the majority of everyone able to hear me. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. All right, moving right along. So the next thing that we're going to learn is how to utilize the latest advanced search options. So what we're talking about with advanced search options is when you are in your matter view, you can see here next to the search bar and magnifying glass that there is an advanced search that you're able to click on. From there, you're able to utilize those advanced search features These have been around in quite a few builds of Leap. What is new though is now you are able to utilize these advanced matter search options via date range. So it used to be that if you could remember the exact date for these particular critical dates, then you're able to narrow your search. Now you are able to select a date range. So if you recall, okay, I did open a matter for that client around, that in January, so I'm going to select from the 1st of January to the 31st of January, then you'll be able to view all of the matters in that date range for any other particular search term that you're looking for. And that is how to utilize that the latest advanced search options available under the advanced matter search. Finally, we're going to look at how to navigate and produce the new fee earner overview report. It now has more options and an in-depth breakdown of individual performance. So let's just jump straight into it. We go to reports and then open new reports window. And then we'll be able to see under management, fee earner overview. And the first thing that you'll be able to notice is an entirely new user interface. And our team have been working hard to update our reports so that we can take advantage of this new user interface. As per the previous style of the fee earner overview, you are able to generate the report via a period of time, which is great for management as well. So you're able to select consistent periods when you're producing these reports. Next, you are able to select whether you're running the report as staff responsible or staff acting. And this is important as well because it'll affect things such as the sections that you're running for the amount of fees that are entered into against matters, because some people will be the staff responsible for your firm and some people will be only the staff acting. Similarly, you're still able to select a staff member as well for this report. One new feature about the new design of the fee earner overview report is that you can include inactive staff. So you are able to run reports on staff that are no longer active in your firm. Finally, the biggest change is the ability to select both sections and how many of the top amounts you have available in some of these sections. So for instance, we only want a overview, top fee bills, and perhaps a fee performance by matter. Then we're also able to select, because there's a top fees billed, how many top fees billed are we viewing? We can view 5 or up to 20. Selecting on view will generate the report. And because we've only selected those 3 sections, we do have quite a truncated report that you're available to view the information that only you want to see. So which can be quite useful when you're running these reports. It is important to note that the full details of this release and all releases are also available through the LEAP community. And these detailed release notes are accessible via the What's New tile in the LEAP community homepage. Let's jump to answering some questions today. And I've got one here is the from one of our users, thankfully. We have, can the fee earner overview be shown sections for by staff? So you are able to select multiple different types of sections by staff, and you have the choice to see for that particular staff person that you're selecting what their fee performance summary, for example, is. So if we select that one and we go view, these fee performance summary is the fee performance that I have recorded in this LEAP. We also have another question here, and that is what happens to the notifications window once you close it? So that's a great question. If we jump back straight into LEAP, and there is a selection under the window section up in the top toolbar, and select notifications, and that will bring up the notifications window again. So if you're extremely busy and then a notification comes through because you've had a staff member leave a new note and wanted to bring the attention to you, and you don't have time at this stage, you can close it. And then after you complete the task that you were doing, return to the notifications window by going to Window, Notifications. So that's a great question. It is important to note, though, as well, that once the new comment has been read, as we recall, the one that we saw on the 446 matter number has now disappeared because that comment has now been read. All right, so there's another question here as well, and it is back to the fee earner overview. So we'll just jump back straight to the fee earner overview again. And the question is, can you still export the report to Excel? And the answer is yes. So you still have this access toolbar once you've generated the report, where you're able to use a search functionality, and importantly, by clicking on the little save icon, you are able to still export to Excel, as well as all the other file types that are still available for that. So thank you everybody for joining us on this afternoon's webinar. And it's worth noting at this time as well that all of our previous webinars are available to view via the LEAP community. You can simply click on the blue question mark that is available in the top right corner of any LEAP window and select the LEAP community selection. And this will take you to the LEAP community. You're also able to see that there's a toolbar there, and you've got webinars where you're able to view previous webinars that we have recorded, so that you can access those previous webinars. Again, thank you very much for viewing today's webinar, and we have a variety of options designed to provide you with the best possible support. We have our live chat functionality through the LEAP community, and of course you have access to thousands of articles on how to use LEAP features via the LEAP community. And if you need technical support, you may log a call via support@leap.com.au. And any upcoming webinars, you're able to register via leap.com.au/webinars. Thank you once again.